Hello. Oh, it was picking up on something before I did the thing. Hold on. Switch. Hello. Hi. This time I was ready. Like I was fully and wholeheartedly ready. Can you believe that I'm ready before 10 minutes? I usually let the song roll for like 10 minutes. But not this time. We're ready early. It's crazy. Might be because today was at work, at least, was pretty slow. So nothing too crazy, you know. I probably just have a lot of energy because I haven't done a whole lot. And it is late, but I wanted to talk about stuff, even though I don't need to do that. I can just start the game and literally no one would complain about it. But I have been working on some stuff, so I like to talk about the things that I work on for a little bit before starting the stream up. I think I said on Twitter, excuse me, that I was writing something. Wait, let me check. I shouldn't say anything premature to me. I'll be fine too. It's my decision at the end of the day. But since the last time I streamed, what's today? 28th. So anything after the 21st, maybe. Or actually, I think I streamed on. I didn't stream on the 21st. I streamed on the 23rd. Yeah. Okay. I don't think I talked about any of this stuff on the 23rd. Oops. There we go. But I've probably talked about it. I'm writing something. I hit a roadblock, create writer's block already. Because I think I was just trying to jump into it like, oh, this happens, then this happens, and this happens in the sequential order, and then I was gonna go back and then change things up. But when you are writing something and you don't really give yourself a whole lot to work with, I think I'm fully and wholeheartedly blaming this on myself, because I think that if I was better, to put it simply, I would I would be able to kind of just keep moving forward. But what I had so far wasn't that great, so I had to kind of go backwards. But it's for the better. Like, it's not like a complaint, it's just like learning process. I'm just learning. And I so far want to keep it a little secret, just a little bit. But I am kind of debating the time, the setting, I guess. I'm kind of debating the setting of the story, which does end up impacting the stuff that happens. But let's not think about that. I was thinking about it because if I want to promote it on, if it's just something that I do and then I say I did it, and obviously I'd tell you guys, but on my personal account and stuff, I can just do whatever I want because it's my personal account and I don't really have to worry about or I have no reason to worry about branding or anything of the sort. There's absolutely no reason for me to think about if it's gonna fit with my aesthetic. because that's just supposed to be my personal account. But this is something where, regardless of if I'm doing it for money or not, I still want to kick it seriously, or I want to treat it as something that I want to treat it like it's something that I get paid for. And I do want to like actually put in a little bit of effort into making it a project that people will actually see, or at least people might see the project and take some kind of interest in like me and what I'm doing. Maybe they don't have to, but I should definitely try. I should at least try. So I'm wondering if it should, basically I'm like, should it fit the Musadora on Mars stuff, which is kind of in a fantasy post-apocalypse type thing, or do I want to just put it in a modern setting because that's going to be easier to write, because I can just be like, I don't know, like in my opinion it might be a little easier, right? Since I can just reference like stories that take place in the modern day United States of America, more likely than not. Or even if it was like kind of older, or in like previous generation, there's still like a lots of stories that I can go based off of. Fantasy honestly wouldn't be that hard, but at least from the sense of like references, yeah, from the sense of like references, because there's so many fantasy stories, but it's less than that I have to be able to reference in like my own personal experiences, because we don't have magic. I mean, what? Who said that? We have magic here. Immersion wise. Wait, not Musadora, that's not what the world's called. Nilam, I believe, is full to the brim with magic, but the world that you guys live in is not. So, and if I said it in you guys' world, then I'm more experienced in dreaming about you guys' world than living in my own. So, it would be a lot easier for me to write, due to the experiences I had in a dream. Yes. Immersion. I love immersion. Okay. Anyways. Kind of lost my train of thought. Point is, I'm having a hard time writing a story, but we'll get through it. I'm hoping that I'll get through it. It's also becoming a game again. It's not that this one was becoming a game, it's that I was trying to make it so that it didn't become a game, and then it became a game anyways. Or it's becoming a game anyways. Oops. Sorry, I'm messing with stuff. I'm messing with stuff. I'm playing around in like Steam and stuff. Just looking at what's on sale and what I have and want to play and stuff. My bad. Okay. What else have I been thinking about? Oh, I created like a little website. I don't know when I did that. I don't think I told anybody about it. It's mostly relevant if you're in Twitter at all. Because that's where I linked it in my profile. But it's just kind of something that you can look at. You can see like all of the social medias, and then in addition to that, you can also see the art that we have gotten so far of Marianna. Being so far we have like 2. Well, we have 2 from Yellow Soup, or I guess Soup, and Teiji, and then we have some art from Niorin as well, for the references, and the references for the current Marianna design and the previous design, which is the one that we are looking at right now. If you look at the screen right now, just the me that's talking right now. And I'm hoping to compile like kind of all of the art that I received on this little website, or on a website, because I don't want anything to get lost, if that makes sense. Because I feel like especially in like the VTuber space, like, yeah, definitely in the VTuber space, like you get so much art, and it just, like, you post it, you put it on thumbnails, the artist might post it and stuff, but it kind of just gets lost to time over some time. I don't want that to happen. That's why this design, again, the one that's on the screen, is getting repurposed for a different character. And you guys will see, you'll meet them in due time. Let me see. It might just be that. I got nothing else. Oh, actually, I don't know. There's a few other things that I kind of just want to work on. I made a Trello as well to organize all of the projects and stuff that I have going on. Maybe that's what I could do. Kind of every week I can kind of go over the updates. 16 minutes. My bad. This music makes you sleepy, doesn't it? But I think that's kind of a point. Especially after, I don't know. I think I have sleepy vibes. Sleepy. Which, actually, speaking of that, I've been trying to kind of understand, or not understand, but I've also been like thinking about like branding and stuff that I want to do in order to become just easier to discover, and it's just easier to discover and identify. I've talked about this before, but I think that for VTubers, it's good to be something that people can look at and be like, oh, that reminds me of this. Or I think that kind of works in people's favor. But not to, like, you don't want to remind people of other VTubers per se. I mean, you probably do to some capacity, but I think it might be good to be like, to be something that people can connect to in other ways. I think it kind of also helps with, like, it might help with when people are like, I'm thinking about if you're someone who mostly plays like dating sims, right? I don't know if you play dating sims or like kind of romance centered games, then if you kind of designed a VTuber that either looked kind of like someone who would belong in those games, like maybe a specific one, or if you kind of centered your aesthetic around like, what if you looked like a protagonist of those dating sim games, you know, like it kind of fits the vibes. It helps people kind of be like, oh, this person is interested in this, I'm also interested in this. Let's see what they have to say or something like that. Sorry. Now I'm scrolling through Twitter. There's a lot of, I love all the Ace Attorney stuff I've been seeing. I should retweet more of it now that likes are private on Twitter. Okay. I will hear myself sleepier. Jeez. Oh, that reminds me. So with Misador on Mars, I wanted to go, I changed some stuff, mostly on Twitter. I think some of my other what's it called are lacking a little bit, but I definitely played Phoenix. Where's Phoenix for Ace Attorney? There it is. I was thinking, since she's kind of dressed in a, like, or not she, they, I gotta not misgender my own character. They're kind of dressed up in like a kind of princess kind of way. Honestly, less princess and more, getting married, but that's beside the point, because I really don't want to like lean into it. I don't like, no hate. It's not like a bad thing to lean into, or a bad, like, it's definitely not. It's just like I'm afraid of the kind of audience that I would be catering towards. And it's that I wouldn't really be catering towards them. I'd be basically reaching out to those people in a way, but I wouldn't really cater towards them in my content, which would probably not be great. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about that. It's just when it comes to people, like I guess it would be like a boyfriend experience, girlfriend experience type thing. It could be if I kind of marketed Marianna as the type, but I'd rather not, cause I don't really want people to come to this space expecting a girlfriend experience, boyfriend experience type thing, when that is not what they're gonna get. I don't want to disappoint anybody. There's some things that I don't know if it's really something that would like get engagement. It is kind of like guaranteed for engagement. So I definitely don't want to sound like I look down on anybody who makes that kind of content. But it's not the kind of content I make, and I don't want people to be disappointed when they think that that's what happens here, and then find out that that's not what happens here. And sometimes people are mean. They'll like in their head they're like, I came here for one thing and I got something else. I'm a little upset because why'd you market yourself that way if that's not what you're gonna offer? And then they'll say something completely different. That's very mean and very hurtful. I don't want into that mess. I'm sorry, hold on. I'm checking something. Okay. Okay. But princess kind of vibes. I was thinking, due to the eye bags, the very heavy eye bags underneath their eyes, it's like, what if they're sleepy? What if they're sleepy beauty? That's kind of what I wanted to go for. So I was wondering what I could do in order to emulate those kinds of vibes. And I should definitely kind of roll back to the things that like I really liked as a kid, especially yeah, I think I really need to kind of go back to the things that I really enjoyed as a kid, like Barbie movies. I was a Barbie kid, and also Bratz and like Monster High and stuff, but Barbie is where I started. I think, honestly, what if we make a list right now? I think we want to get to the game, but hold on. Just give me like, we're not even at the 30-minute mark. We can do this. What? I have to log in? Okay, I was gonna open Pinterest, but we're not doing this right now. I can do it on my phone. Barbie for sure. I need to do some like Barbie research. I'm thinking specifically that like Pegasus movie. But I don't know. Hold on, I can just look it up. Barbie Pegasus. Oh, I don't have the Koja thing on here. Koja first. Can I have the extension? Continue installation, add. Okay. Oh, I should have, I don't really open private windows. Okay. Barbie. Don't search it with Google, stop. Koja, run extension. Got it, thank you. Barbie. Pegasus? Pegasus movie? I think ooh, and Swan Lake. I should definitely put Swan Lake in the image board for real. Okay, I need to make OBS bigger so that I can add pictures and stuff. Can I copy an image? No. Minimize. I can't. Okay, wait. Save image as. I'll put it in my. Okay, it can go in my. Okay. OBS. Image. This is, yeah, it will just be image. Browse. Downloads. Here we go. Alright, you can see it. I know you can. Let me lock everything else so that I don't accidentally move anything. But this movie, I think I really like this movie. I only half remember it. But this one's definitely going on the mood board for sure. Cause look at the, I have to like, I like the color palette. Okay, this is, I'm just gonna replace it with a properties, browse. I really like the color palette. It's very like soft. Very soft and delicate color palette. Hold on, I'm saving more images so that I can use it as like examples and stuff. Okay, this is really big. But it's so pretty. I know for Musadora on Mars, the main colors, it's definitely like, we're not going for a purple here, but I really like the like. Oh, I wish I was an artist. Oh, it's just such a delicate like color palette. I really love it, and now that I'm looking at it, I'm remembering it a lot better with like the I remember the cloud, like I remember the cloud specifically. I was very like enchanted by them when I was a kid. It's so pretty. Pretty sure I had the Pegasus toy when I was a kid too. Let me, I keep losing OBS. Close that. Okay, we have hit the 30-minute mark, but bear with me. Bear with me. Something else that's definitely going on the list is the Swan Light. Just because I really liked it. But it's also got like the kind of like dreamy, I think all of the, or a good chunk of the Barbie movies have the kind of like dreamy quality that I'm thinking about. But these ones in particular have very delicate color palettes. Compared to like some of the other movies, they might be a little bit, honestly, I think all of the older movies actually had pretty delicate color palettes, except for there's this one movie in particular, like the Christmas Carol movie, that I only ever watched it once, so. But honestly, I think we might be witnessing something in the making. It's so small. Making it bigger first, and then I'll show it to you guys. This is like a scene from the movie, so this isn't like the the cover like I showed you before. But you know, the Swan Lake movie, I feel like more people probably saw that one. But this one was probably one of my favorites. But I was thinking the Christmas Carol movie, that one did not have a delicate color palette. I remember the reds being very vibrant, or at least on like the cover page, very vibrant. The Nutcracker was probably kind of pretty. Oh, but we might be with honestly, I think going for the Barbie angle might not be a bad idea. Oh, cause look, I know I'm not gonna get Marianna redesigned. Like, that's not happening. But I think if I try to like just center everything and kind of use the like Barbie as like image like references and stuff, we might have something going on. We might. I'm gonna have to rewatch these movies for one. But only the movies. I'm not really as interested in like the dolls themselves. Something else that I wanted to highlight were the old, or not the old, there's literally only one Tinkerbell was in it, but it was not about her book that I read when I was a kid, yes, but also relatively recent in my life, actually. Well, I have to kind of worried I'm gonna get like copyright struck or something. Okay. But it doesn't, these books, the old, like older Pixie Hollow like fairy books. I wish I remembered something about pixie dust. With the dove. Oh, I have it. Like, I have the book. I just don't. Oops. They're like pixie dust. Pixie dust. Dove. We might have to get back to it. I have no idea what it's called. I found it. Wait, fairy dust and the quest for the egg. I found it. I'm being dramatic. But wait. So the picture I have on screen right now, that's not from a book that I know that I've read, or at least I don't really like recognize it aside from seeing it on the internet. But this is from the book that I read. I love I love fairies. I like fairies and princesses and stuff. What is it? I already forgot. Oh, I already forgot. Where is it? But it's such a delicate color palette, and I really want to like kind of adopt it. Fairy dust and the quest for the egg. I need to look up like the artist. I hope that they are living a good life. Quest for the egg. Yes, it's so pretty. I want to learn how to like draw it like this. David Christiana. is who the book's by. Save image as. Change. Okay, here's the cover. If I could go for like a kind of a storybook kind of vibe, I think that would be kind of cool. There aren't a whole lot of like pictures of this book, which makes sense, But I should read this book again. I already said I have it. It's David Christiana. Ooh, his art is really so pretty. I like the way that he draws mermaids. Save image as. I'm gonna have to delete so many pictures. Oops, it's really big. It's a very maybe I should learn like watercolor. I've been kind of avoiding it, especially like digitally. I used to use it primarily in high school. In high school, I was only really using watercolor for whenever I painted, because actually it's kind of the easiest for me to use and kind of like judge the colors and stuff. But digitally, I kind of no clue. Yeah, it's watercolor. That makes sense. Maybe I should get into it. Oh no, I'm gonna have to get into watercolor. It's probably okay though. It's probably for the better, because I think this is very specifically something that you would achieve with watercolor. So we'll have to see. I might not need it though, because I am kind of the way that I draw and color, I think is usually on the more delicate side. But we'll have to see. I just have to keep drawing, and I'll build up my like techniques and whatever over time. I know me personally, I kind of prefer looking at wait, I prefer things to be, ooh, actually I think this picture is like a really good example, because I'm looking at the way that the hand is like how the value is handled, and this is definitely a lot more closer to how I prefer to draw. I'm gonna have to go over these actually and study them. I had to make OBS bigger on my screen, but here's the whole picture first, right here, and then we're gonna look at it. So I'm looking specifically at the way that they do the hands, and like seeing how things just don't easily like fade. Can you, I don't know if you can see my cursor. I'm pretty sure you can't, but seeing the way that the like the values, they don't like kind of fade into one another. It's like layered on top. I really like it like that. Honestly, I really love the colored lines rather than the black, which I feel like, I don't know how common it is for black to be used for the line work aside from like with digital paintings. But this is just awesome, like color wise. I'm absolutely mesmerized by it. Oh, I need to learn how to draw like this. But I just really like the way that like it's handled. It's just so beautiful. These are for the mood board. We'll get to there. We'll get there. Honestly, I feel like I like the way that like Niorin draws in general, but I think honestly, it's like when I'm looking at Marianna's model, like kind of next to Mr. Christiana David's like rendering techniques, I definitely like, I kind of see it in for Niorin as well. It's especially in the hair. I like it. I really like it when it's like things that are like layered on top of each other instead of it fading in. I love it so much. But I think Niorin's style is very like bold in comparison. Only a little bit. And it's also a lot more stylized comparatively, for sure. When I think of like Niorin's art, I'm thinking about like shapes. There's a lot of shapes here. I don't even know how I would describe like anyone else's really. I only I'm more familiar with his because of like trying to draw like Marianna and stuff, and then kind of like unintentionally analyzing and stuff. But we're this is went longer. I should have just done this the whole time instead of talking about whatever else I was talking about before. Delete. Actually, don't I want to? I'll keep image. I'll just make it invisible. Okay. Are we ready for our investigation? I already have the game up. I just haven't started playing it yet. There's definitely more stuff, but I think if I kind of go back to like the things that I used to love when I was a kid, I might really, excuse me, I might really kind of discover something. Oh, it's so beautiful. I'm sorry. I'm so enamored. I'm so enamored by David Christiana's work right now. Okay. It's so pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay. We're done. And we're ready for our investigation. I don't know what's going on, but we got a good warm up. Let me drink some water. Jesus. Okay. And the music goes down. And we switch scenes. All right. This is very energetic. Studying some therapy. Okay. Continue. Okay, we are on day 3. Investigation. Hopefully our last investigation, since it is 10:48. I don't know how long it's gonna be. February 24th. 3:12 p.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. Oh, yeah. Forged evidence. Oh, we're about to see it, actually. Lana, says... Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings. Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me. Yeah, well, me and you, Phoenix. We're in this together, unfortunately. Lana wouldn't want to treat convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me. What do you mean, what happened to you? It's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma? On the night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me. What? He tried to kill you? Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me. So that means you... Yes. I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial. I didn't see that one coming. Okay, so that means we have to talk to her. It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of year too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together when she finished her work. Then suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office. Joe Dark. Oh, Joe Dark. It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Jake Marshall's brother. Joe Dark tried to take me hostage. But before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then... what happened? I'll never forget it. Lightning struck, and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for just an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now. Permanent picture. I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall. So you weren't able to testify about that? No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must have been why she made up the crime. Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence? The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence, and Mr. Edgeworth used it. Edgeworth? Oh, okay. So that kind of like it's understandable that people would continuously accuse him of using forged evidence, because he technically did. He just didn't know it was forged. Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It's all my fault. It's not your fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened. But I don't think... So it means that Joe Dark might have not done it. He might have been the next victim. So it's true. Even though he may not have known it, Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence. After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold, like she is today. She must have not been able to face up what she did, especially not to Emma. What did you see in the instant that crime occurred? Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife. Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of his poor... Oh, wait. This is Phoenix. Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl. I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms. Poor Emma, you've been through so much. I couldn't bring myself to testify about that instance. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good. 2 years ago. You must have been 14. That's understandable. Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I wanted to be able to fight crimes with my testimonies and find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way Lana would never have to forge any. I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that's bothering me about that crime. There's something that's puzzling me, Emma. What is it? You said you were in Lana's office at the time, right? That's right. Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor? Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day. Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police? Of course, this happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office. But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office? Because the detective's offices and the questioning room are right across from the elevator. Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she? No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. What? She was the best in the entire force. What? That's news to me. After the Joe Dark case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor. Lana used to be a detective? I better have another talk with her. Okay. So this might all just be talking to people. I don't remember why we had to stop, or why the case got kind of, it was, I think it was the handprint that couldn't have, that was It's the handprint, and then there was also the pool of blood that didn't belong to Meekins. Alright, Lana, we need you to be so for real. February 24th, Detention Center, Visitors Room. Lana. Mr. Wright. Seems I keep causing you trouble. Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type. Criminals don't mind playing foul, why should we? But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty. Believe me, I understand the risks. Lana. Emma told me about you. Oh? About how you were a detective 2 years ago. And how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office. That's right. Could you fill me in on those the details? Especially about the unusual change of jobs? I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. Right. A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today. Not the least of which was... Oops. The fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago. Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be, but he's not the one who stole it. That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth. It couldn't be helped, Emma. At the trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul. Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15 there was no murder at the police department. Tell me it's not true, Lana, that what the witness, Miss Starr, said. About you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife. Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me. I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so fazed before. It's true, I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing. They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together. Chief Gant? He was the deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked the crime scenes. Damn Gant. He was everything I aspired to be. They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed. And were really idolized your big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience investigating crime scenes, so you could use that experience in court, right? Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office. Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark. Second in command? That means the investigation lead was down Gant, right? Yes, Deputy Chief Gant and I shared the same office and the same investigations. They even had the same office. We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall, and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place. When he tried to murder Emma. Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dart. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. Now you tell us. Cameron Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages, and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Gant and Marshall let the guards down and fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gant and myself. That's where he found me. So you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana? It appears so. I was filing some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning Dark. Oh. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood. 3 bodies? Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma. Oh, Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who passed out, and the suspect, Joe Dart. During the struggle, it seems that Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dart had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious. What did you do? To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her. Can't blame her after all. Her sister must have gone through. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident? That's right. Quite a coincidence, hmm? I don't buy it. What are you saying? There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. Just by chance. But that case was solved 2 years ago. At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved. Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he changed completely. I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dart. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. That case just might not be over yet. Oh, that was Phoenix, but Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right? Yes, in the office that Cameron Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself. The chief's office. Maybe we should have a look at the chief's office. The site of that final SL9 murder. Okay, before we catch that. I'm not saying that Joe Dark didn't murder the rest of the victims, but there's no telling that Emma actually saw the murder happen. It's probably a good thing that she didn't really testify, because it just wasn't like, it's kind of like, oh, I'm sure that he killed him because he was in the perfect position to, but we the audience, and we're gonna pretend Phoenix has a very good imagination. We saw the way that the bodies were on top of each other. There's no way, or at least from Emma's perspective, the way that she's, like, the position that she saw them in, there's absolutely no way that Dark stabbed Marshall, like, in that moment, and they landed on top of each other like that. Like, there's actually no way. Dark would have at least been on top of him, but no, there's actually no way. My bad. Like, in my head, there's no way. And I'm thinking, It's Gant because of where he was introduced, and his bro's creepy. But aside from him being creepy, like, he definitely did it. He's the one that I'm kind of pinning this on. There's like, where was he? That's the question, because Dark ran out the room. Him and Marshall were both in the room. Marshall went and ran after him. But what did Gant do? There's no way that he wasn't right behind him. So he might have not been right behind him because Emma only saw Marshall. But so he might have not been an innocent man, but he's not the one who killed Marshall. Now the question is, or at least my kind of question is, what? I guess I'm curious about what the false evidence was that they used, and we also need to find out who stole the evidence, which I'm thinking that it was Goodman, but I understand Marshall's motivation to like hunt down and try to figure out what actually happened, but Goodman is, I mean, he probably had a connection to the prosecutor, Marshall, but Jake Marshall, I got no, Jake Marshall, it makes sense because that's his brother, and he's like, yeah, there's no way that he lost that fight, which I see that happening. Maybe he didn't lose that fight, he might have gotten snuck up on, like he was already having a fight with one dude and then another guy came up and landed that final blow, hold on. Yeah, he might have landed that final blow, but I'm not really sure if, like, I can imagine maybe Goodman caught wind or he heard about what happened, but I don't really understand. Why did Goodman maybe Goodman knew, I don't know. We gotta figure out why Goodman got killed, or where did Goodman kind of come into this? How did he end up getting killed is my question, but I think Gant definitely caught him by surprise. February 24th, police station, criminals affairs department. I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere. Things seem kind of quiet around here today. You're right. Chief Detective seems the same though. Why don't we go look for some other people to talk to? Right, we can come back here later. February 24th, police department entrance. Oh, Marshall. Howdy, Bambina. Oh, Mr. Marshall. I never thought things turned around these... Wait, that was so... hold on. I never thought things turn out this way when I woke up this morning. Que sera sera? I don't think I said that with the right accent. Que sera sera? Nope. Anyways, you never know where life will lead you, eh, Bambino? I should have known my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning. Billy? Must be his pet cactus. Say, where are you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Well, I guess he probably did kind of commit a crime a little bit. Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, partner. But Mr. Marshall, why did you do it? 'Cause his brother died. What do you mean? Why do prosecutors head west? Wait, why do prosecutors head west? If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean that switchblade knife with a broken tip? That was Joe Dark's alright. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised. Question? The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained. What does that mean? It means there's a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon. What? However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased. So that's probably one of the things that set him off. Could the facts have been concealed with forged evidence? That case left behind scars on all of us. The scars that the SL9 incident left behind. That would be probably everyone getting moved and stuff. I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I had just made detective when it went down. It was our first case together. How old was he? Your brother. He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day. The highest honor? You mean the King of Prosecutors? I knew it. What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor. Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother. The day the SL9 incident took place, that wasn't the same day as... That's right, it was the day of the evidence transfer. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning. By nightfall, there was thunder. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall, there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years have gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently, someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered, and the evidence locker was empty. There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation save one was taken care of. Miss Starr was fired, and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. What about Detective Goodman? If they did something to him too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. Dang? Who are you talking about? Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean, Damon Gant and Lana Sky. The investigation led Damon Gant and his second in command, Lana Sky. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of the duo. That case was the biggest step in both of their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yeah, Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she left. Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Sky was totally different when she was a detective. Now that he mentioned it, Emma said something like that too. Tell me, what happened to my sister? Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out. Lana's secret. It all started 2 years ago. So there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. Yeah. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. But someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone was Damon Gant. Don't believe me? I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today. Too bad I won't be around to work with you when you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambina. Alright, well, where's the... I guess we can go underground parking lot. February 24th. Prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. No one's here today, not even Miss Starr. Everyone's probably busy looking into what exactly went down in the evidence room. That must be where all the detectives are. But we proved in court today that on the day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15. Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case. But instead it looks like we ended up making Lana look even more guilty. Hang in there, Lana. I've gotta find out the answers by tomorrow. Is the crime scene still here? Kind of. I mean, it kind of already was. We can check the High Prosecutor's office. February 24th, High Prosecutor's office, room 1202. Mr. Edgeworth isn't here. Maybe he's being questioned by the inquiry committee. Took a real beating in court today. Yeah, with Lana admitting to falsifying evidence 2 years ago. I guess we'll just have to come back later. Okay, where is his... Underground parking lot. Move. Right and Co offices, detention center, police department entrance. Oh. February 24th, police station, criminal affairs department. Okay, so we had to talk to Marshall first, and this place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted. That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes. Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're all in the conference room. Thanks. Wow, he actually talked to us. With the chief prosecutor saying what she did and the decision... Hold on. With the chief prosecutor saying what she did and the decision about what to do about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement to the media and tomorrow's trial. There's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is the word usually used for those. Sir, we'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office. Just use the connecting hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor. Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything. Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits. Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head for the chief's office. Oh, there's no reason not to go. Oh. This is a... What? I don't like this room, by the way. February 24th, Police Department, Chief's Office. Whoa, where am I? That's what I'm saying. In the Chief's office, silly. At least that's what it said on the door. Check out that pipe organ. That's real, isn't it? Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. They used to call me Little Miss Bach. I thought I was a genius until they tried teaching the notes. I never could remember where C was. Oh, he's in here. Lord. Oh, it's you two. Chief can't. He put that paper he was reading in his desk. So, righto. Have you been swimming lately? Lord. No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full too, with Mr. Marshall's misconduct. And Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence? 2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies. See that big picture on the wall over there? So it was... Hold on. Wait. Okay, I didn't gasp. I silently gasped. It had a sword attached to it. That thing does not have a sword attached to it anymore. That thing does not have a sword attached to it anymore. And that's the vase. Okay, wait. I mean, okay, it feels like it's obvious. But things are finally coming together. Oh my god. That's a picture of Lana, Neil, and me. So this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it to commemorate our work together. Something's not right with this picture. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it though. Okay. Don't. Please. Okay. Anyway, I'd like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm gonna lock up here, so let's go out together. Oh. But this office, it was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it? That case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, we'd still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need for you to investigate it anymore. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. Looks like we aren't welcome. It seems that case isn't over with yet after all. What do you mean? Chief can't deny our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there. You mean like a clue? There's gotta be a way we can get inside the chief's office. Well, we can try walking inside again. February 24th. Police Station Criminal Affairs Department. Hey pal. Detective Gumshoe. Aren't you supposed to be in a meeting? I'm just taking a breather. My feet hurt. From sitting so long? Actually, from serving everyone coffee. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop. Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? No. Edgeworth? No. Why do you ask? He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battle's between you two in court. That sounds serious. It can't be because of what my sister said. Oh, she said, is it because of what my sister said? That's basically what it all boils down to. That falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood. He's not the one who falsified it. He's just the one who used it. He doesn't know about that. Yikes. Okay, let's see if we can talk to him. But why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Donna Sky is the guilty party here, isn't she? Regardless, a prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, as you know, there have been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor keeps him safe from those who don't like him. But now with this, are there really so many people who hate him? In our world, only those with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know of for making enemies. Hey Dick, keep up the good work. Yes, sir. Let's go out for lunch again. Sometime. My treat. Yes, sir. You gotta take me back to that joint sometime, okay, Dick? Yes, sir. It seems like you don't have any problems with enemies. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Edgeworth just might crack. Actually, I took a look at the file earlier, while the coffee was brewing. He seems genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. Well, did you find anything? Only evidence Dark left behind is during his final attack. His final attack? You mean when he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl? Me. It seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was that girl. That's when he left the most incriminating evidence at all. Well, what was it? Oh, let's see. I think it has something to do with the murder weapon. Are you serious? Oh, I forget. Look, it's all written somewhere in here, okay? His powers of recollection never fail to impress. Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might jog his memory. We'll show him the thing real quick. About this... Hey, is that... It has a tag attached to it with the label SL9 incident on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of. Well, what are you doing with that? Ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in a locker. On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker. It was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler. That's it? Oh, that's it. I don't remember what the incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me. Well, what is it, Detective? Quick, before you forget again. Okay, well, we haven't saved, so he's not gonna forget. Joe Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman. A businessman? What made him take to serial killing? One day, on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car. With his car? So it was an accident. An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal. An animal? He killed a man that witnessed the accident. Then he killed Whoa. A kid who walked by just then. Killed him too. Okay. A jogger came up on the screen and was killed as well. Finally, he turned himself in. Why did he run? So, he hit someone with his car. And then he witnessed, or there was somebody who he killed all of the witnesses. And then afterwards, he turned himself in. I guess not on the same day. And then he ran. But there was no evidence? How was there no evidence? Seems like he was a pretty careless animal. Of course, this is all just conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence. So he turned himself in. Is this the story that he told? Yes, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim. Prosecutor Marshall. The crime was witnessed by someone too. But luckily, Dark was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that that last witness wasn't killed. That last witness. AKA Emma. I feel like we're missing something. This knife. It was Joe Dark's, wasn't it? That's right. We traced it back to the store he bought it at. Plus, it has his fingerprints on it too. But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right? That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken. You don't have to take a good look to notice that. Yeah, well, anyway. Take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in. Where was it? The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body. Oh, but it wasn't. It was found deep inside the stab wound. Huh? Did it match Dark's knife? You bet, down to the last fiber. That's pretty conclusive. Neil's autopsy report added to the court record. Well, there you have it, in a nutshell. That's all I know. Yeah, ask one more thing. What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Gant. It's not money, but it does concern the Chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. The Chief's out now and his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around if that's okay. Well, any detective's ID can unlock the door. What? Really? But if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust. Breach of trust? Simply put, I'd be canned. Oh. Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you. Oh, what is it? ID card. It was Detective Goodman's. That won't work either. The data was deleted the day he died. Oh. So in other words, Gumshoe is our only chance of getting into that office. Wait, I thought we had another one. I wonder if there's something that we could show him that would change his mind. Well, I don't know if we want to try to prove to him that there might be something missing. Oh. Okay, so not the picture, not the picture of the team. Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutors award that Mr. Edgeworth got the other day. Were you at the awards ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got the award for diligence myself. Congratulations. I was wondering why this award has a I was wondering, why is this award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently he's forgotten. Okay, but he still doesn't have anything. He doesn't really notice that it's different. Okay, so that's not what we need to show him. About that jar, I think I've seen it before somewhere. Or maybe it's one of those memories people have from previous lives. No, it was definitely Gant's office. This must be the most uninformative detective I've ever met. Something about it makes me feel uneasy. Like I'm in the chief's office and he's yelling at me. Chief Gant? Where did I have seen that before? Up his office. Okay. I don't know. This guy almost made us lose the case today. What are you talking about? He was guarding the blood stain on the evidence locker with his life. That's more than you can ever say about most officers nowadays. Excuse me. It would have saved us a lot of trouble if he hadn't guarded it so well. I have to admit, he's right though. Thanks to the Blue Badger, we were able to prove another possibility today. The possibility that another murder took place prior to 5:15 p.m. So there's really... Do we have any other SL9 incident stuff? Okay, he knows nothing. Okay, nothing. Oh, I didn't know I could investigate it so clearly. But it is just a glove with SL911 on it. Evidence locker, Marshall's fingerprints. Hey, is that? Oh, I think it might be the same thing. I don't know. Something that will get him to change his mind about us going into the office. We will have to look around. Alright. Just move around until you see the green text. February 24th. Hi, Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. I wonder if Edgeworth is back yet. There he is. It looks like he's writing something. What? What are you doing here? He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Wait, can I see it? Tough day in court, eh? I've had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me? Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you. That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings. He's not doing a good job. So, what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. Hold on. Can we look at this piece of paper you throw on the floor? I wonder what he was writing before. Come on, mister, right? Let's take a look. Are you crazy? Edgeworth is sitting right there. Just distract him. I'll check it out. Hey Edgeworth. Is that Detective Gumshoe at the window there? No, he's falling to the ground. Hold on. First, let me see what the girl's doing crawling around my feet. He didn't even look. What? Letter of... If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says, letter of resignation. No! Edgeworth! This is music that I have not heard before, by the way. Edgeworth, no! Resignation? Edgeworth, what do you mean? Oh wait, not what do you mean. Edgeworth, you don't mean... I'm tired, right? I feel as if something inside me has died. But Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault. I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either. But you didn't do it! Uh-oh, I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. This letter of resignation. I wonder if I can use it for anything. Oh, there we go. Letter of resignation put into pocket. Well, let's talk to him a little bit. And that's kind of gonna pretend like it didn't happen. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to. Nothing I do can erase that fact. But you didn't know, did you? I mean, the evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error, and my responsibility as the prosecutor in charge. The fact remains the same no matter what excuse I might have. Mr. Edgeworth, I take pride in my work. So tell me why. Why has all come to this? Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Are you up for the trial tomorrow? First last year's trial, now this one. Seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves. What? But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial. Tomorrow's the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I've never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this. What do you mean? The list of evidence, it seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. It's only half as long as most lists? That's odd. After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been a part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time. Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time. That picture. Something seems strange about it. Oh, so we'll show him the picture. Could you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered? You were participating in the ceremony over at the station, right? I've never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. Because you were awarded this? Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I finished up at the office the morning and then drove over to the police department. You finished up at the office? Yes. Just odds and ends. Clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is, until I was asked to take something back. Take something back? This. Oh yeah, Chief Gant asked you to hold on to that, didn't he? Yes, it was a piece of evidence in a case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to? That's right. Curious. Okay. Let's show him the picture. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looks like it was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy. Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. Yes? The trophy that Mr. Marshall is holding. It's a little different than yours. Yes, you're right. I remember now. Remember what? That's what the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind its design. Story? Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us? It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd, and the second means shield. Have you heard this story? Me? Oh, sure. Everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it, though? For Emma's sake. Very well. Long ago, in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day, he presented the king with 2 items. The first was a halberd. He claimed he could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Excuse me. Wait a minute. Oh. Those claims contradict each other. Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard this story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very descriptions of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless. And thus, the Chinese word for contradiction formed. Oh, I see. So the chipped shield and broken knife symbolize... Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words. But it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion. If something results in something as ugly as this... Wow, thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today. What's funny? If that's so, then why are you only given the shield? You'll have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished. Chief Gant. King Prosecutor's Trophy updated in the court record. Okay, I think that's it for Edgeworth. February 24th, Prosecutor's Office, underground parking lot. Excuse me. Oh. Would either of you care for a quarter pound of roast beef? Miss Star, I guess she's out of lunches. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for your transfer home. This can't be attributed to a mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? You know, that little scene I happened to witness? The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. No matter how much of the past you dig up, that won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten. Miss Star's hatred towards Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. Okay, so now we talk to her. Joe Dark. That's a name I'll not soon forget. We all trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though. Must have been going through hell. You mean because of his brother's death? Sorry, I gotta drink water. Excuse me. We were really close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. I need a cough. Hold on. Seeing Jake like that made her even more desperate. Her? Lana Sky. My sister? The best of the best were put on the SL9 case. Of course, they were led by that legendary duo. Lana and Chief Gant. The legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. I mean, with the forging of evidence? Don't get me wrong, Joe Dark got what he deserved. But it was obvious. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret. But you don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us at Goodman were relieved of our duties. Most without even so much of an explanation. Lana Sky transferred to prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Lana Sky was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. She was being used? I believe it. Damon Gant and Lana Sky. Gant led the investigation with Lana second in command. They were the best. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Damon Gant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal. His magnetism? I mean his ability to attract evidence. He'd produce the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled. Incredible evidence? You mean... Oh yes. There were rumors about him even back then. No one dared confront him though. I take it she's talking about forged evidence. Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked, and always watched out for other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she'd lost her own brother. If If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would have ever recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. His star. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that? Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief. That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control. And then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office. What? You mean... that's why Lana was transferred? If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. I believe it. But how could he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her to change. At last, I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Star. You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create a fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. Okay, I think it's time to move on to the next place. Is he still here? February 24th, police station, criminal affairs department. Oh, you're back. You're still here? I gotta make 150 copies of these files. We're in copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ. You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh, that DJ. I gotta admire your persistency, but my answer's still no. I'm not letting you into the prosecutor's office, period. It'd be my neck on the line. That office is the last crime scene in the SL9 incident. I have to take a look in there. There's gotta be something we can do to make the detective change his mind. Yeah, we got it. What's this crumpled up piece of paper? No way, Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious. Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they pushed him this far. Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. When I first met him, I thought he was cold as ice too. But I know different now. He trusted us detective to provide him with sound evidence. But we betrayed him. Detective. That's it. I made up my mind. But here, take my ID card. We can't do that. If someone find out, Phoenix, why did you show him the paper? Be so for real. Just say thank you. They wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report. Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated. What? So at least let me do this, for Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Alright, detective, thank you. Gumshoe's ID tucked swiftly into your pocket. Okay, let's go. February 24th. Police Department. Chief's office. Here goes, Mr. Wright. We're in. If anyone finds us now, Detective Gumshoe's a goner. If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. Ah. Oh, somebody hit somebody. Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Detective Gumshoe, what are you doing sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came too. If you're in here, then what's the point of you giving us our ID card? Gumshoe's ID card crushed and rendered unusable in pocket. Hey, don't don't do that to my card. I hardly ever get a chance to come in here, so I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. True. You really do want to get fired, don't you? Not if we're lucky. No, come on, let's see what we can find out. I've got a bad feeling about this. Okay, I guess we'll talk to him first. The desk on the other side of the room, was that your sister's? Yes, that's where I was waiting for Lana. On that day 2 years ago. Is anyone using it now? No, sir. It's entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving this crime scene. That's a strange reason to leave it here. He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He told us so himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. I see. So ever since Lana left, no one ever touches that desk? No one except Chief Gant. And the cleaning lady who's in here each morning. Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining. Can I ask you something? Sure. You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes? I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it? Why do you ask? You don't think... Nah, you wouldn't be. No. There's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Okay, now let's look around a bit more. Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy. Huh? What is it? When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. Don't just let it go at that. Sorry. This guy's starting to get on my nerves. Okay, what's bothering you? You two don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you? I do. I wholeheartedly do. What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? I think he's a suspect. Chief Gant, so it's finally come to this. What do I think of him? Guilty. Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings. Yet. There you go, ignoring me again. Alright, let's look. We'll look at her side first. They would have been stabbed around this area, right? Okay. Look at that giant window. Makes you want to crash through and jump outside. It's the 15th floor. I know, I was just saying. Saying what? Ever since making Detective, I've always dreamed about doing something like that. Note to self, Detective Gumshoe has a lot of dreams. So as long as he doesn't go crashing through that window when he gets fired. Don't say that. Okay. I guess we'll go left to right. These shelves are mostly empty. Lana must have cleaned them out when she transferred over to the prosecutor's office. There's a small picture frame on the left shelf. Hey. Excuse me. This is when Lana and I went to the theme park. Okay. This was Lana's desk. It sure is tidy. Lana's always been a meticulous cleaner. There's not even any dust on it. Looks like someone's still keeping it clean. Does Lana ever come back in here? No. Chief Gant must still keep it clean in memory of their partnership. They were always the stuff of legends. They were always the stuff legends are made of. That's kinda... Is that kinda weird? Maybe not. Does he keep it in memory of her, or in memory of the crime? I mean, I guess it's in memory of her. This is the picture. This was taken on that day 2 years ago. The day Joe Dark ran out of the questioning room and tried to kill Emma. After receiving his award trophy, Mr. Marshall took the picture here. Then went along with Chief Gant to question Dark. I bet he never knew he'd be dead just a few hours later. Gee, think. Okay, organ time. The Chief's organ sure is a sight to behold. Occasionally, we hear him playing it from the Criminal Affairs Department. That's on the 2nd floor, and this is the 15th of an entirely different building. When a detective screws up, the Chief calls them to his office and makes them listen to the organ for hours. What's so bad about it? Music soothes the soul. After that, the detective can't hear anything for days except a ringing in their ears. So it's an instrument of punishment, literally. But aren't the Chief's ears affected? He never listens to anyone anyways. He doesn't. That's beside the point. Okay. Slide to the right. The floor? This mark looks like some kind of flower. What it is? It's designed after the insignia on the prosecutor's badge. Prosecutor's badge? Yeah, like the one hanging from your collar. What? They have badges too? The design's supposed to portray the severity of the punishment system. Now that you mention it, it does look all pointy and kind of painful. But Mr. Edgeworth never wears a badge. That's because he's a sharp dresser. A badge like that wouldn't go too well with his outfit. So sharp dressers don't need to wear badges. I guess everyone is just kind of let it slide. I don't see how that's supposed to signify severe punishment. Okay, now it's all for his stuff. Wow, look at the size of Chief Gant's desk. Speaking of that, when we were here earlier. Oh, it's you two. Chief Gant. Put that paper he was reading in his desk. I wonder what he was reading. This looks like a list of evidence. A list of evidence. In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this though. Hey, look at the case name. SL9, isn't it? I wonder what this is doing here. Hold on, detective. What did you just say? I said, I wonder... No, about the evidence list. Normally they're twice as long? That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. A half-sized list of evidence. A list of evidence. It seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. What would the other half of this list be doing here? I knew it. The chief must be hiding something about that case. It would appear so. Evidence list added to the court record. Oh, it was ripped in half? I wonder if we can ask, Edgeworth. Can I read it? Can I read it? Oh, that's the piece of paper that that Emma drew on. That's actually a pretty good picture. I wonder what this is. It looks like someone drew some kind of sketch here. What is it? Did you find something? Can't make it out. Better keep quiet about it for now. Oh, no, it's nothing. Why are your eyes moving about like that, Mr. Wright? I better not forget about this picture. Yeah, this is what Emma saw. The list of evidence doesn't even matter because she wrote it on the back of that paper. Oh, there's something else to investigate, but we'll check the suit of armor. This is the real deal, isn't it? The armor and these weapons? Sure is, pal. Chief doesn't care for imitations. First the pipe holder again, now this armor. Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room? What? You mean we're paying for this? Yes. That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes. We don't even have taxes. Shh, be careful what you say. Who knows? The chief may be hiding in this armor as we speak. I don't think he'd fit in there. Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out. Cut it out. You guys don't know how scary that guy can be. Okay. This is a safe, isn't it? Safe. That word is ripe with intrigue. Okay, if you say so. It looks like a code needs to be entered into this panel to open it. 7-digit number. I think I might just know what it is. Do you know what it is? I have a hunch. Oh, I know. You want to try my birthday? It's not your birthday. I have a better idea. Here goes nothing. Oh, I have to put it in? I don't know what it is. Wait. Is it? I mean, I would assume it's like SL9 or something. No, SL9 is too short. I don't know what it is. Oh no, I didn't mean to. Phoenix doesn't know what it is. I don't know what it is either. Man. It won't let me get out. Hold on. Do you think if I get it wrong, it will be okay? Okay, so I didn't know it. I guess that wasn't it. I was so sure it was that number. Maybe we should check the court record again. 7-digit number. Okay. I thought Edric knew what it was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 numbers. One, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Wow, look at the size of Chief Gant's desk. We found this inside the drawer. List of evidence from the SL9 incident. Mr. Edgeworth had the other half of that list. What does this be doing here? We better look a little more into this list. And I mean, the list is definitely the important part, but okay. But I can't see the evidence list itself. It won't let me look at it. And this is not something that has a number on it. Oh. Oh, this area must have been covered in blood. Is this from that incident? It must be. When Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. 2 years have passed, so the reaction's kind of dull. So a murder really did take place here. Okay, so we saw that. I don't think there's anywhere else that the blood would be. Oops. I have no idea. I think it's time for a little bit of cheating. Just a little bit. Okay, so I think I hope that this isn't the one that I like ate. Okay, I'm in the investigation now. I should be in the like kind of last part of the investigation. Okay. Oh, okay. I see, I see, I see, I see. I see. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 7 numbers. 7 numbers in a person's ID. Okay, and I only read that part, only that part, so I know what the number is. It's just, I didn't think to check the ID numbers. Oh, like, where else have we seen numbers? I don't know. Examine, safe. Okay. Not your birthday. 7777. I guess, yeah, we were supposed to find out who 77777 was. 1 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7. And we got in. Bingo. What number did you enter? Whose birthday was that, pal? 7777777. The final ID card number on the record. What? The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day. You mean 7777777? That ID number? I think you're 1 7 shy this time. This can only mean one thing. That's Chief Gant's ID number. Say, anyone care to look inside? Don't worry. I got you. Is there any money in there? How much does he have stashed away? Look, it's a shard from a broken cup. Somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen it before? There's something else in here too. What's this? It looks like a piece of leather cloth. I think that's a piece of Marshall's clothes. This is a handprint, isn't it? Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. You think the chief made up the design? I don't think so. Oh, well, it was just thought. Is that it? Is that all that was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now. A piece of cloth with a handprint on it and a broken shard from a cup. They look like pieces of evidence. Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here. Great, now I have to prove their relevancy to get them. How are these 2 items related to the SL9 incident? Come on, there's gotta be something we can show the detective. Okay, well, one of them's an easy one. Oops, not check it. We have to show it to him. Detective Gumshoe, could you have a look at this jar? Oh, I remember the 3 of us put that back together. Ah, those were the days. It was like 2 days ago. It's kind of early to be nostalgic. Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case? Hold on, let me check something. Sorry, I'm checking. I see. Okay. Definitely need to like be able to do all that stuff. Whatever. Cancel. Someone. I'm sorry, I'm kind of just checking things. Okay. I need to start like, kind of keeping a good view. There was a bot that popped up earlier, so I was like, oh, what's that? Jar was a piece of evidence from that case. That's right. One of the shards had SO9 incident sticker on it. Doesn't this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found. You mean this one? That was in the safe? Yes, that one. That was in the safe. Now that you mention it, that's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits. Let me see that shard. I'll take a crack at this. Go ahead, pal. Show us what a working can do. Mr. Wright, here's some glue. If I can piece this together again, it'll prove Chief Gant was knowingly hiding evidence. Here it goes. Oh, I forgot I have to rotate it. Oops. There, it fits like a charm. That of course means Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of evidence. Oh wait, and hid a piece of this jar in his safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SO9 incident. But hey guys, get a load of this. What is it? That piece you just attached. It's different from the others. There's a reddish line on it. Reddish line. That's blood. I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in his safe? Unstable jar updated in the court record. Okay. And then I think we'll try to present the fingerprint set. Detective Gumshoe, I'd like you to have a look at this. Yeah, I know what that is. You want me to take some fingerprints? That's a great idea, Detective. Alright, go to town. Sheesh. What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that? Go ahead, take my fingerprints. It's not your fingerprints we want to take. Huh? Come on, this isn't the time for joke. We're talking about the cloth we found in the safe. Oh, I knew that. The one with the handprint on it, right? Sheesh, where's your sense of humor? Alright, Mr. Wright. Let's check for prints. Tweak the pattern on the cloth. And once they've been absorbed into the prints, blow the rest away. What are you going, Mom? I don't have to be told this a billion times. Alright, let's get this over with. Okay. I give it my best shot. This kind of result won't be any good for matching prints, will it? But it doesn't look like we'll get a clear result from this print. Let's try a different finger then. Okay. Oh, we should try the one that's on there the most clearly. Oops. Blow. Oh, very clear fingerprint. Okay, let's just get around the edges. No? Okay, just lay it on pretty thick, I guess. Because I'm pretty sure we have like the entire fingerprint, so it's probably just not all the way in there. Got it. And we'll compare it to his. They're not his. Okay. Doesn't match. So we're out of clues this time. Wait. So the cheap is safe. Right, along with that shard. So it means it's gotta have something to do with that incident. Oh, so it doesn't match anyone? The one that happened right here in this room. She's right. We should check the fingerprints of everyone who was there that day. The way I see it, there's a higher power at work here. You just gotta have faith. Okay, so it wasn't him. It couldn't have been Megan's. Not Marshall's. It's not Goodman's. It's Emma's? Well, that makes sense because she probably tried to like kind of fight him off a little bit. But it wasn't them and Gan. That might be kind of part of the reason why. No, but I don't think Gan has really any reason to care. No. What can this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here? Hey, you found a match? Whose fingerprints were they? Huh? Oh, it seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match. Oh, that's too bad. I thought they could have been Dark's prints. Psst. Hey you, over here. What's going on here? What are that kid's prints doing inside the chief's safe? Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now. Here, maybe you should hold on to this. Piece of cloth fold and added to the court record. Actually, because if it was probably Marshall's print, shirt. So, I don't know. Thanks to your ID card, we are able to get some hard evidence. Oh, that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the coat? Chief Gant. We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. As I was walking into my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run right into a pole. Just then, I thought of a certain detective. Do you mean me, sir? Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in the coat. Me, sir? Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore. But sir... Now get out. Yes, sir. Well, actually, he said that we wouldn't think confidently. We'll be on our way too, then. Wait. You, the one without the spiky hair. Don't go yet. Me, sir? I'd like a word with you. No. But, sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet. You with the spiky hair. You're free to go. I'm not leaving Emma in the room with you. I'm free to go. Hello? Look, pal, if I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. The chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you? I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I would have never said it. Now I've seen the evidence Chief Gamp was hiding in his office. I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why is she kept weirdly silent about this? About it all this time? Hey, you listen to me! I'm gonna try to smooth things over with the Chief again. Later, pal. After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions. So she'd be busy for the rest of the day. February 24th. Detention Center. Visitor's room. I see. So the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. But I've already told you all I can. What you've told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Really? I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words. He did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. Seems Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth? Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe. That was my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. We'll try to talk to her first. I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, but there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say. So you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No, I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, who may I ask? This person you're speaking of. The one I'm supposedly so frightened of. What is this person's name? Take that! Almost guy? Mr. Wright, you're addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place. Take it she's still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. Assuming he's respectable, then tell me something. Why would you try to hide his crimes? His crimes? Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offenses. Why is it that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned? Chief Gant? Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was me. I had access because I was second in command of the investigation. Yes, you, but also the other, damn Gant. If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant brought falsified evidence in the case. I just found this in a safe in the chief's office. It's a jar piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? Touché, Mr. Wright. It's as you surmised. I cannot disobey the chief's orders, even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why not? Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate. In the murder of Detective Goodman? Or perhaps I should say, follow orders. Yes, it would be more accurate than cooperate. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. I knew it! I knew it! They put it in Edgeworth's trunk. Just as I suspected, despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk's lock was broken, and I discovered the murder weapon while inspecting the body. The murder weapon? You mean Edgeworth's knife? No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it. The knife from the SL9 incident. Serial killer Joe Dark's knife. I couldn't just leave that knife in him, so I took it out and stabbed him with another knife. I see. So he was already dead. That would be Edgeworth's knife? That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. And that's the reason for the bandage on your right hand. Yes. It seems I got a little blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then she saw me as I plunged the knife in him. Miss Starr, huh? Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that, by whatever means possible. So, you hid Dark's knife. The weapon used to staff the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. Before it got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that. So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it in Edgeworth's exhaust pipe. Right, then I called my sister to tell her what happened and to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler. You asked Emma? I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this. That would explain why Emma was so confident about Lana's innocence. Speaking of the phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. A bad feeling? Truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. To Marshall? Why on earth would you call him? The lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. I wanted the fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least I thought I could trust him at the time. No. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own. Oh, you mean... Not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman, tried to steal the evidence. He'd already stolen the ID card, but it seems he hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room. I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But Lana, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. I have to. There's only one way to drive off this demon. I've got to get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murderer. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago? Okay. I'm sorry, I am already queuing up the music. Cause it's late. It is late. But we got really far. Next, maybe not the next stream, will be the last stream, but we have at least 2 streams left, I think. Which is good. It's good. Save our progress right here. Okay. It is trial time for us. Wow, that was thrilling. Cause I went in like, man, I have no idea what's going on, and I don't think anyone's gonna tell me. And then they told me. They told me all about it. And now we finally basically know exactly what happened. But that's the tricky part, is proving it to everyone else and following like a pretty sound train of thought. That's the trick. So in terms of the SL9 incident, there is definitely a reason why Lana would, like, she couldn't pin it on Gant, and it's probably because Emma's fingerprints are on the stuff. She could have been a part of the, she could have, I don't think that she's the one who murdered him, but he probably could have been like, I could pin it on your sister. And then it's like, no, don't do that. We'll get the guilty verdict, just don't do that. So I'm thinking for the SL9 incident, Joe Dart, probably did all the serial killings. But in terms of the murder of Jake Marshall's brother, they were probably in their little altercation, and then for whatever reason, Gant came up behind Neil and stabbed him in the back. For whatever reason. Using the sword from the trophy. And that's what I'm thinking happened. But we have to prove. My bad. We're not supposed to be proving what happened during the SL9 case. We're supposed to be proving what happened during our current case with Lana Sky. And so we know for sure there's a bloody handprint that was on the locker. That would have been from before the incident with Marshall and Meekins. And then we also saw some evidence that there was blood on the floor. From possibly before Meekins and Marshall's encounter, because it only, like, someone's hand got cut. It wasn't all that. And that might have been, I forgot the ID card record, but so there was blood that was spilled before Meekins and whatnot. And then I was thinking from before that he was probably murdered beforehand and then stuffed into Edward's trunk. And then it makes sense, like, if you kind of put it together, it's like, oh, Gant was the one who told you to go back to the office, and why else would he do that but to put you in a position where, like, you're going to get it, you go and grab it, and then Gant sticks a man into your trunk while you're at the evidence room, and then you drive to the prosecutor's office. He gets found, or he gets grabbed by Lana, and we know that she stabbed him for sure. But we have to make sure that we propose this in court. It's like, okay, she stabbed him, but did she kill him though? Is she the one who killed him? But I guess we can't go too hard on it, because then it's like, look, guy, calm down, you know? But how do we prove that Damon Gant was involved, like, at all? Because all we have is the fact that he was involved in the SL9 case. I don't really know what his motivation would be to keep any of it under wraps. I don't really understand his motivation to kill Neil Marshall originally, aside from maybe he just wasn't rocking with him. Maybe Neil really kind of knew his, like, true colors, or it's just somebody that he can't control. He solidifies his place as the chief of detectives, and then he knows that he can control Lana, apparently, or he knows that he has close connections to Lana, so he just gotta get a homeboy out the way, and it was the perfect opportunity to do so. And then with Lana, or with Emma being involved in that murder in particular, then it was kind of like, you know, we keep your sister safe, or more so that I don't directly put her in danger. If this all works out, I hope that Joe Dark was the one who actually did, like, the serial killings and stuff. He just didn't kill Marshall, is what I'm hoping, because it would kind of suck if it was, like, an innocent guy. How did they even find out that it was him? They had, like, barely any evidence. But anyways, we'll figure it out. It you know, it's a game. it's designed to be played a certain way. Hopefully there's someone that we can like press other statements and contradictions and stuff, because that's kind of just how the game works. Probably if we put Lana on the stand and she lies, then we'll be able to be like, oh, you said that you did this and I am gonna prove you wrong. But the thing is just that she just stabbed him. So I don't know. We'll see. It's almost 3 hours. It's a long stream for me. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the next case. And I will. I'm excited for the things that happen in this project moving forward as well. Honestly, I'm really glad that I kind of took the time to kind of hash out aesthetics and stuff with y'all. I hope that you didn't. I hope that was enjoyable as well. It was kind of a trip down memory lane. Oh, there's another movie that I need to check out, Labyrinth, that I really liked. There was this like white dress from Labyrinth that the main girl wears, that I referenced for the Misadora on Mars outfit. Actually, I can show what it looks like. Yeah, I can show what the design looks like, because I actually haven't shown a stream before. And then after that I'll go to sleep. Actually, I might have shown some of this stuff on stream. I don't know. Okay, and then let's make it bigger. And ta-da! Look. I love her. Or them. It's the same thing for me. I personally sometimes, a lot of people use she, her pronouns for me, and then I kind of interchange it. Like sometimes I'll refer to myself as like girly or bro or boy or whatever, in addition to like using she, her, he, him, they, them pronouns when I like refer to myself. So I don't really see it as misgendering when I do it, but I would prefer I try to keep like a they them attitude when I talk about Marianna, because I want other people to treat them in a similar lens, if that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. It might not make that much sense, but I want people to view them as non-binary instead of viewing them as a woman. So that's why I kind of like, oh, it's they them. Like, it's my character, and it's me, you know. So it doesn't really matter, but I don't want anybody else to adopt it. I don't want the habit to be adopted that we just she, her, them, you know. But not that I would get mad. Like, I'm not gonna get mad. I just gotta, like, I gotta set the standard. I gotta set the culture, you know. Anyways. So, this is Marianna. This is the new design. I don't think I've ever shown it on stream before. At least I don't think I've shown this picture on stream before. I love them. And one of the inspirations that I took was a dress from Labyrinth that I really liked when I was a kid. and I will go find that picture. I've regained all of my energy so quickly. Jeez. Google? What do you mean Google? What's the point of the Koja one if I... Manage extension. Run in private. Run on sites with restrictions. Okay. No, don't search with Google. I have it set on my other computer so that it's not Google. Okay, default search engine should be a Koja search. Oops. It's labyrinth now. Or not labyrinth. It's a Koja now. I've been trying to step away from like Google. Because their CO2 emissions are crazy. Of like bombs scene specifically. Sequel? What do you need a sequel for? Movie ballroom scene pictures. Save image as. This is the newest thing. Okay. Browse. Downloads. Here. It might be too big. It's not. Distress. I don't know if I can crop it. I'm pretty sure I can. I just don't know how to. Distress. I think it's very pretty. Very, very pretty. So this was kind of one of the things that I should have had both of them up at once, actually. I loved her. I love her hair too. I don't think you can see my mouse. I'm pretty sure you can't, but it's kind of like the kind of off shoulder, the white. I'm trying to pull up my thing again. Okay, kind of off shoulder look. I don't think oh, she had long sleeves too. It was just it wasn't as like flowy, yes. Honestly, for Marianna it's supposed to be like really simple. But we can always kind of add details if I want to later. I just like the shape. I'm personally a fan of like the shape of the dress. And whenever I draw it myself, I might try to emulate it a little bit. But I wanna work towards changing the overlays and getting a new PNG to talk with. Now I have an idea of where to start. I have like a little PowerPoint that I have full of like references. I should look into that and kind of make some more stuff. Make some more slides. Like, okay, guys, new plan. Here's some more things to take references off of. The labyrinth costume is already in there, but there's some like the Barbie stuff I didn't even consider. I will say that the the fairy stuff is kind of already in there. But only a little bit, so we can put a little bit more like references and stuff. And I think maybe rewatching those movies will kind of help me figure out I'm sorry, I got distracted. Okay, what was I thinking about? Oh, I should definitely rewatch like the movies, reread that book, and see what inspiration I want to take. I think this is gonna be good for me. It's gonna be really good for me, and it's still kind of unrelated to the story though that I'm supposed to be writing, so I do kind of need to check that out still. Or not check it out, but I need to make sure. Sorry, I'm distracted again. Scrolling through Twitter. See the Olympics? See, I'm seeing a video of the Olympics. Let me close this right now. Train of thought lost. Oh, the fantasy inspiration stuff is not related to the story I'm supposed to be writing though, which is unfortunate. So I still have to figure that out. But what if it happens in a colony of fairies? That might be cool. But we'll see when that happens. I'm trying to keep it like mostly a secret until I get like a good ways. Good night. Wait, let me turn on the other music first so I can actually get into the like it's end of the stream mood. Alright. Thank you for joining me on this little adventure. All up and downtown. I'm glad that we finally made some headway. I really feel like I finally feel like I know what's going on in the case, and we'll have to see if I can kind of like put that to practice in the next trial. The next week is going to be the last day of the trial, and then that might be the last stream, or we'll have 2. I'm hoping for 1. I think we're gonna aim for 1, but it just depends on how I'm feeling. I need to check my schedule for that week. I think it's also gonna depend on how well I take care of my throat, because I'm honestly straining right now. It is not feeling too great for my throat. Next time, I think I'm gonna try to prepare snacks. Like, I think if I eat some fruit and I already have water, so that's not really a part of the thing. But fruit and tea, I think. We'll try to make sure I have some tea next time. Anyways, hopefully next week might be the last stream for Ace Attorney. I need to change all of the Ace Attorney thumbnails because we will be playing more Ace Attorney in the future. There's a whole like 2 other games in this series, and there are 2 about to be 3 more series that I haven't even touched yet. I have the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, which have like Naruhodo, I think it's Rinosuke Naruhodo, and Sherlock Sholmes, and I'm kind of excited for that because I tried out the first trial, the tutorial trial. I had a lot of fun with it. Even though I kind of had no idea what was going on, I had fun with it. The sprites are very spunky. I absolutely love them. We'll have to see. We're definitely gonna get around to it. So I need to change the thumbnails of all of these videos to differentiate them for the other ones. So look forward to that. And then after we finish Ace Attorney, I don't really know what's next. I say, like a liar, it's definitely gonna be Bayonetta, or we might take a little break and play some short games, some really short games that hopefully have voice acting. And then we'll get, actually, if we play Bayonetta, then that will have voice acting. We'll see. It'll just be however I'm feeling. It's either gonna be Bayonetta or some indie games, or we'll play Bayonetta first and then some indie games afterwards. We'll see. Really looking forward to it. But sorry, rambling. Thank you for hanging around and keeping me company while I prepare to finally go to bed. Your time is very valuable, and I'm honored that you decided to spend some of it on me. And I hope that it was considered time well spent by you. Hopefully. Thank you again. Good night.